Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Still on the issue of Fulani Herdsmen. It has to be because it's now a national problem and it is now a menace to the whole Nigeria. And whether we want to call it names, some persons have decided to give it a name tag. I don't believe in name tagging. I believe in calling a spade, and I believe in tackling the situation the way it is, because whether we like it or not, whatever we shift forward, we have not settled it. We only took it forward, and it's still going to meet us there this time around in the bigger dimension. So it's better we solve it once and for all. Well, our governors have decided to take the bulls by the horns, and they feel that going through this path may likely bring everything to a standstill and probably give peace at last. But we're going to brainstorm over these issues and look at it critically. Is the steps being taken by our amiable governors, are they the right steps? Will they foretell such impending doom tomorrow, or is it just we are shifting the problem from the now to the tomorrow for the next generation to suffer what they actually have no idea over? But before we go to the newspaper to find out what it is our governors have decided to do, cut across board to see how they can stop this herders farmers clash, as it is being termed, we do like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the Nigerian Governors Forum has decided on the best possible means of tackling insecurity due to the activities of herdsmen across the country. The governors issued a communique at the end of the forum's 25th visual meeting on Thursday. It was signed by Forum Chairman Kayode Fayemi, Governor, Ekiti State. Governors were encouraged to put in place systems to accelerate the grazing initiative of the National Livestock Transformation Plan and ranching in the country. Members reached a consensus on the need for the country to transit into modern system of animal husbandry that will replace open, night and underage grazing in the country. The governors were encouraged to put in place systems to accelerate grazing initiative of the National Livestock Transformation Plan and ranching in the country. The forum respects the right of abode of all Nigerians. He said the forum respects the right of abode of all Nigerians and strongly condemn criminality and the ethnic profiling of crime in the country in an effort to frame the widespread banditry and the herders farmers crisis. In the light of the economic security risks that have risen from these circumstances, the forum resolved to urgently convene an emergency meeting of all governors. Also, Governor Simon Lalong, chairman of the Northern State Governors Forum (NSGF), provided an update on steps taken by his colleagues in the region. He warned against tagging of ethnic groups based on misbehavior of a few criminal-minded individuals. He called on state governors to address this matter head-on in their various states. Nice one. This is when on Christiana terms, this is when things are done nicely. But let's look at this critically. This same National Livestock Transformation Program, National Livestock Transformation Program, otherwise Nigerians termed it ROGA. This same NLTP was introduced some years back. Nigerians vehemently rejected it because this was what they gave it, as they termed it as ROGA, that it was going to be another dimension of Fulanization. What Nigerians termed this then, that is a way of giving lands to Fulanis in each state, and it's just a matter of time they will develop emirs, and eventually they will start encroaching, and eventually they will now begin to say all lands belong to God, nobody owns any land. Or like they will say, like Bodejo, that this land or this forest have been given to them over 250 years ago, and history gets changed and all that. So Nigerians, with the fear of losing their ancestral lands, rejected ROGA, and by default also rejected National Livestock Transformation Plan ranching in the country. Now, looking at it from the other part, now we also realize that if you put this National Livestock Transformation Plan into bear, it will stop these guys from moving up and down. One, it will also stop cattle rustling. Okay, it will also encourage these Fulani herdsmen to go to school, to become land exposed, and to also stop them from carrying arms. Because the excuse that the northerners are given, especially those Bala Muhammad was given, is the fact that because of rustling, they have to carry some sort of self-defense to protect themselves from cattle rustlers. Hence, they're carrying the arms. Now, with this national livestock program, they will not need that anymore, right? Good. But we also agree, we're looking at this critically, please. We also agree, or the security intel in Nigeria has also agreed unanimously by default, that we have some armed criminals in our forest that keeps coming in and out, and that keeps kidnapping and maiming people in the forest. Right? Good. Now, if we bring these guys out of the system and give them national livestock program in the various states, as the governors are actually tilting towards that, what then becomes the fate of those ones in the bushes? We have not talked about intels. Each time, like I could still remember Seriki Fulani, the one that stays in Ogun State, said each time he gives intel to our security personnel, they don't act on it. They wait till when it happens, and they will now begin to ask, can you pinpoint them, which they say they can't. Okay, now, if these guys have intels, or they know that there's some part of them that are criminals that live in the bushes, and we are now putting national livestock, what is going to happen to those in the bushes? We are tackling the surface, we have not tackled the main issue. If after bringing the national livestock program in, what will happen to those in the bushes? I could still remember Body just said this some 2 years ago. He said all Fulanis are one. He said whether the uncles or the one in Cameroon, or they said they don't have uncles, but they are all one and the same. Okay, now which means by default, I'm only just quoting what Bodojo is saying. That means the ones that are criminal can also come and join the National Livestock Program, Transformation Program with their brothers. What then becomes the fate of the ancestral land? What then becomes the fate of the local indigene who comes and allows them with open arms, and tomorrow we are talking something else? I don't know how they're going to play this whole thing out. All we Nigerians are asking for is peace, tranquility, justice, and equity. Okay, that not today we are landlords, tomorrow we become tenants in our own states. Now that is not going to be permissive. I would have suggested, personal opinion though, it's not my just saying that if there's a way we can do this national program, let's do what we call comparative scale of comparative advantage, economic advantage. Move those, since the North are predominantly good in producing good meat, beef, and cows and milk. Push this national livestock program. Let it be a northern program. Push this NL whatever, national translation living whatever, put it to the north. Let it be that predominantly they're giving the whole of Nigeria beef, they're giving the whole of Nigeria milk. If you want good beef, chief beef, good milk, go to the north. And they can sit down, got arrays are up and running. We can use the railway to transport some of this cow and the beef down to the southern part of Nigeria. It's a win-win. But allowing the whole state to have I just feel that's just my personal thoughts anyway.